Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is something a little bit different, and I'm in a really awkward spot sitting on the floor because I tried to get the best and most natural light. I was going to do this in my kitchen where I have some, pretty bright lighting, but I thought that it would be much easier and better to show you guys in the natural light for what we're going to do today. So, I'm going to show you my luxury lip balm collection. I have lip balms from Dior, I have Chanel, I have Hermes, and each of these feels a little bit different. The texture is a little bit different. Some of these are brand new, so come along with me for this video. I'm going to try them on, I'm going to swatch them, and we're going to talk about what the differences are between them. So I'm going to start first with the Dior Lip Glow, which is one that everybody knows. It's been around for a long time, and I'm going to say it's my personal favorite. So let me show you. This is the pink. This is the original color 001, the Dior pink, which Dior says is exclusive now on their website, which I think is a little bit weird. So I'm going to do a swatch on my arm. And this is supposed to react with your natural pigment. And you can see right here, it's a really pale, very sheer pink. And guys, just as a little tip, back in the day, way back when dinosaur roamed, I used to work at a cosmetic counter. And one of the things that I always took from that is when you want to test colors and when you want to know what they're going to look like on your face, don't test on the back of your hand. Always test on the inside of your arm, because the color on the back of your hand is always going to be darker and different from what it is on your face. So without further ado, here's the swatch, and here's what it looks like on. You don't have to be too fussy with these balms because it's a really sheer wash of color, so it's not like you really have to pay attention to the lines and be so precise with it. But you can see I have this on. It's a very natural pink, but it's enough that wakes up your face. So if you're someone who doesn't love color, or if you just want a little touch of something, this is probably a really great balm for you. I love the texture of this. It's hydrating, but you can feel that it clings to your lips, and that when you go outside, if it's, the heat of the summer and the sun's beating down, you're going to be protected. Or if it's wintertime, your lips are going to be protected from the wind as well. So I do have this in another color. This is Mahogany 020. And I'm going to swatch this for you. It looks really dark in the tube. It almost looks like a dark brown, but it actually is almost like a reddish brown. Here's what it looks like on my skin. And I'm just going to use a paper towel. I'm going to wipe this off because you really don't need makeup remover or anything to get these off, which is nice. And let me show you what this is on. And if you hear a little humming sound, that's Tiger. He's in my lap. And yeah, he just has to be near his mama. So again, my hand, and this is what the color looks like. This is a really pretty color, and you can use this with a liner. You could use the pink with a liner as well if you want something a little bit more intense, but still natural. So I really like this color. It is a little bit more brown, a little bit more neutral, but you could still get away with wearing it pretty much with anything. So moving right along. Okay. The next balm that I have that's newer, this is one of the new Chanel balms for the summer. You see that it comes in this white case, and it has the gold interior inside. And this color that I chose is Natural Charm. So this is what it looks like. And it's a really natural, sort of like a beigey brown. And I'm going to do a swatch. You could see compared to the Mahogany, this is definitely more peach. The Mahogany has a little bit more red in it. And on the lips, it looks like this. This is a much, much lighter balm. The Dior feels a little bit heavier. This is very, very lightweight. If you've used the regular sheer Chanel balm, this feels a little bit more like that. The color also doesn't last on this one for quite as long, I don't think. It seems to not stay as long as the Dior, and you have to reapply it a little bit more often. But it's still really nice. It definitely feels comfortable. And if you're wearing a mask, I feel like these balms are just perfect underneath of it. And then if you're going to a friend's house, let's say you're taking your mask off, you know, you still have some color on your lips and you have that hydration as well. So that's one of the reasons why I kind of like these balms, and I've been using them and, you know, bought a ton of them recently. So I'm taking that off, and let's go to the Hermes Balm. So the color that I have is Rose Decay, and it comes in this really pretty lacquered pink case, and they also come with a little dust bag. So yeah, how classy is that, right? So it has the Clou de Sel on the top. And this is also slightly color changing. You can see that the tip of this is a little bit darker, and that's because it also does react with your lips. Now, yeah, everything's off. I'm going to just swatch it. And you can see that this is really sheer. It's really close in color to the Dior. But this has a more powdery feel and probably a little bit more of a transparent color. So let's see. It gets a little more intense if you apply more. So you could see this is really, you know, again, very sheer, very natural. It has more of a matte finish than the Dior. The Dior has a little bit more shine, but it's still a really pretty color. And in fact, if you look at the swatch, probably you can tell that the Dior has a little bit more of a gloss, and this is pretty flat. But it's still beautiful. So last but not least, and this again is also a brand new product. This is the lip balm, tinted lip balm from Dior. And this color is Icon. And looks like this in the tube. And this is really a very pretty rosewood. These come in an abundance of colors. I want to say they probably have something like 10 colors of these available. So if you're looking for a really wide color selection, Dior is a great choice for that because they have the lip glow and the balm. This balm is more of a matte finish. I'm going to do a swatch. I should probably show you when I'm swatching these, but so you can see that this is more of a deep color, and it's definitely more of a lipstick texture. So let's try it on. I'm using a pretty heavyweight paper towel. It's a Bounty, so you know it's got all those little textures in it, which is really good for removing the lip makeup for right now, but it's really harsh to use on your face. Let me let this calm down for a second. And And you can see that this is more of a lipstick shade. This is definitely not a sheer transparent color. It's a lot more intense. And it actually wears more like a lipstick. You can keep this on probably the longest out of all the other balms. So just for a quick little recap, here's the different shades. I have a pretty good variety of different colors. I would say I might add one or two in the future because they are nice. They're very, very nice to have. And I like having the availability of the different textures, but my favorite all around for texture and for color would have to be the Dior Lip Glow. So before I end the video, I'm going to show you the two lip maximizers that I have that are also from Dior. And I'm going to do a little swatch of those as well. So I have pink, and this is again the 00 pink, 001 pink. And let's just do a little swatch over here. It has almost no color to it, so you pretty much wear this with any lipstick that you wanted. It's a gloss. It does cling, so it's not going to come completely off right away. And here is the Mahogany lip maximizer. And I'm going to show you what that looks like over the Mahogany Lip Glow. So you can see if you put that on over the lip glow, it just intensifies it and actually makes it a little bit more of a brown. So it kind of takes the red away. So if you want the color to be a little bit more intense, the lip maximizer is a good way to go. And before I put this away completely, I'm going to show you what it looks like over the 001 Lip Glow. So again, it's just like a little wash of gloss, not really much color to it. It's right here, and it doesn't really change the color quite so much because it's just the sheer pigment. So I hope that this was helpful. If you're considering any of these colors, I had a lot of fun doing this because I absolutely love makeup, and I know that a lot of times when you see these things listed, you're not really sure what to expect when you get it because the website might not show, you know, what it looks like on different people, and it might not really be a good representation of what the texture is. And if you're using a lip balm, you know, the texture is really the most important. And let me just show you, I just wiped all the swatches off of my arm so you could see that these are not highly pigmented, except for there's the Dior at the bottom. So that definitely has the most pigment. So again, I hope that this was helpful. I hope you had fun and some entertainment. And I'm going to just move the camera down so my baby can say, have a good weekend to everyone. Right, Tiggs? Say, have a good weekend, folks. Have a good one. There's the boy. Yeah. So, yeah, my baby's always by my side. So, thanks, everyone, for tuning in, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.